It's a rainy day here in Chesapeake. The lock hasn't opened, I think, since the 10 o'clock opening. But here's the rain. The rain and the wind is starting to pick up. A couple little gusts pushing us up against what little dock there is here. Mark went out and put some soap on the boat in hopes that the rain would rinse some of this soap and salt water off. But it's not going to reach this window, which is going to have to get washed probably tomorrow. But in the meantime, it's a pretty quiet Sunday. Football, snacks, cocktails, and video editing. It is Sunday, December 17.
It's kind of what it looks like, kind of what it feels like. I just wanted to actually see it.
Okay, today is Monday, December 18, 2023, and we've been on the free dock here in Chesapeake on the north side of the Great Bridge. And this morning we are headed for the 11 o'clock opening. We're going to go through and then we're going to dock at the Atlantic Yacht Basin. And that is where we will stay for a couple of weeks while we get work done on the boat and travel for Christmas. So Mark untied all the lines and freed us from the dock. It's pretty windy today. Yesterday we had monsoon rains and winds. This is the lock that we went through. So we've just been sitting in between this lock and the bridge for 2 days. Very protected from all that wind and rain that was crazy yesterday, which is exactly what the plan was. So everything went according to plan. Okay, I didn't even hear the horn. Did they let the horn off?
Yep.
Oh, all right. Well, here we go. The bridge is going up. I was looking at Facebook and not paying attention. And gates are down over there for the cars. They let off a big horn, which I didn't even hear. So, they just radio over to Mark and said, off we can go. And we're going right there. Right after we get through this bridge, we're docking right there. I can hear the ding ding dinging. I just opened our door on the port side. That's where the bridge. And then here's the free dock on this south side of the bridge. And you can stay here 24 to 48 hours. There's no services, but it's just free for you to tie up. Okay, so that definitely turned out to be way more crazy than it needed to be. We wanted a port side tie, just a couple lines, so that we could get into position for Mark to do some work on the boat today. It is very windy, but for the most part, the wind was pushing us on to the dock. And I was supposed to grab a bow line and throw it to the marina worker. And we were inching closer and closer, and I had the line, and he's like, oh, whenever you're ready. And I said, well, I can't really throw a line. I have a pinched nerve, and I'm just kind of waiting till we get closer, because Mark has always said to just, be patient. He'll get the boat where we need it to be. And the guy's like, I'm ready. So I threw the line. He missed it. It went in the water. So I had to pull it back out and throw it again. And then Mark was like, just throw it around. I cannot get this door, sorry. So then he said, just, put it around the pole, and I'll wrap it around this cleat. And so he wrapped it around a pole. So with this wind, I don't know how well you're going to be able to hear me. So he wrapped it around a pole, but Mark couldn't get it back to the cleat where he wanted it. And the worker had already gone to the stern to tie the stern line on. And anyway, it was just a mess. Mark wanted to just abort and start over, and the guy's holding the stern line while Mark is trying to move, and the guy's yelling, stop, and anyway, it was a rather bit of a disaster. So what should have turned out to be just a few minutes turned out to be much longer. And just not a lot going on for future video until probably after the holidays. It'll probably be just mostly us being here, getting some work done, traveling via a rental car back to New England, and then when we get back, we'll figure out where we want to cruise from there. We don't have to be back till March, so we do have a lot of opportunity to cruise. We're thinking of the Chesapeake Bay, maybe going a little further south so we can do the Dismal Swamp, but either way, we'll figure all that out later. For now, we'll just regroup from that ridiculous docking adventure. We don't need that kind of excitement on a Monday morning. But thanks for tuning in. We're out here somewhere on the water, and we feel blessed that we do have this life. There's Mark outside. He's taping the outside window frames, and then he'll paint with black paint. He did the starboard side when we were at Robert Reed's at Chesapeake, Virginia. He's done a little painting on the front, and now he's doing the painting on the window. I'm working on this, oh bloody goodness, day 6 video, which has had me hung up for days. I just don't know why I can't seem to wrap my mind around getting this day 6 done. Look at the glare of the sun off my screen. But anyway, day 6 is coming out on December 18th, whether it's good or not. So yeah, here's my workstation, and painting is your most favorite thing to do.
Sure isn't.
Sure isn't, he said. Boat going by, probably waiting for the 1 o'clock bridge opening. Spinning the boat around so we can tie up starboard side. Alright, so we're just gonna spin around. And that'll be that. It's about 2:30 in the afternoon. Okay, today I am doing laundry, and this is the marina's laundry room. It's fairly clean. Definitely people are supposed to be cleaning up after themselves. So there is some, little dust and grime around the washing machine tops themselves, but nothing that would totally gross me out. And each of these machines, which I just filled, take $1 each. And these are the dryers. I'm not going to use the dryers. I'm going to use a dryer on the boat, probably. So, yeah, I will. I'll use the dryer on the boat. It may take a while because I did 2 washer loads and our dryer won't fit both. But I hang dry quite a few of my things, so it'll all work out. My cute little bag that I use for laundry. Anyway, so I'm gonna walk back to the boat. It's cold this morning. I'm gonna assume that that's gonna take about a half hour. It's the dock master's office. There's the lift. And the ladies' room. And the men's room, and that's where we'll shower. It is cold this morning, so the dock was a little bit slippery. Unfortunately, they're losing a little bit of their seawall here. This yacht basin is quite massive in size with a lot of acreage and a lot of buildings. Here's Valkyrie. There's not much of a tide here, if any. So Mark was able to keep the lines fairly tight, but there's little to no current, really, to speak of. There's my work phone. Back to work.